I wanna rock and roll all night. Welcome to the business live stream. And as usual, I will wait a few minutes for people to file in. Yeah, I'll wait a few minutes here before we get started with the content. I am here in my new house in Dubai. You're seeing a corner portion of my backyard. And as you can notice, we have no grass. Most people in this neighborhood have grass. So Pink Firefly wants to put grass right there where that tile is. We might put grass all the way around. I don't really care. I'm like, okay, sweetheart, whatever. It's details. You deal with it. And here's your budget, and you deal with it. I got to work. I got to make the money. So today we're going to be talking about how to set up your own location-dependent business. And we're going to focus on that topic exclusively today. And in a few minutes, I will open up for Q&A. And I can go for about 45 minutes tonight. In about 45 minutes, I have a meeting for you guys in the SMIC program and the Six-Figure Warrior Mentorship Program. I have been meeting with you guys at the top of the hour. So can't go for as long as I've gone in prior live streams, but that's just the way it goes. We are currently living out of boxes still. At least we have moved, but I still have not unpacked. I have, interesting, when you move into a house, usually you move all your stuff. We had nothing in this house, it was empty. So we've been buying furniture and appliances and it's been really fun. It's been really enjoyable. I love buying furniture. It's great. She buys most of the furniture. But anyway, so I will be finally settled a week from now. I have one more set of movers coming on Monday to get my stuff out of my apartment down in the marina and bring it out here. And then I'll be setting up my office here, and I'll be setting up my new YouTube studio here, among other things. So hopefully in about a week, I'll be much more efficient and much more effective. And hi, Dickie. Great name. Hi, Song. First comment. Yes. Shahzad from Pakistan. Cool. Love it. Have I changed my plans from getting a mastermind at home in Mexico? No. I'm still getting a home in Mexico. Thought we'd be in Corfu for the mastermind. We canceled the mastermind. The mastermind in Corfu. We canceled the Greece mastermind. Canceled that for several different reasons. We had the Scottsdale mastermind, and that was a lot of fun. Matter of fact, I'm going to do another mastermind just like that in Dubai, here in Dubai, and one more probably in Europe. I don't know when, but that worked really, really well, both for me and the attendees. Really enjoyed it. I mean, that's the first time I've ever done a mastermind for an open audience like this. I've done masterminds in the past, but only as part of my consulting practice. So I intend to do more regular masterminds now. I'll probably attach them to seminars. So the seminar will be the cheaper ticket, and the more expensive ticket will be the mastermind right the next day. So, yes, this is a comfortable house. We looked at some pretty big houses, but Pink Firefly, who is standing right over there, she can hear everything I'm saying. She wanted to live in a nicer, more suburban-y, fancy neighborhood. You can get some big, nice houses here in Dubai, but they're kind of out in the desert, and they're just like, there's just sand around them, which I don't care. But she's like, but there's no neighborhood, there's no grass, there's no sidewalks. I'm like, I don't give a fuck. So we got a smaller house, but in a much more exclusive, cool kids neighborhood. It's not a small house, but smaller we were looking at. But anyway. Let's see. How we doing here? Let me check all the technology. We will get started. Let's see. Yes, Zach, I will indeed overview the 12-week, 90-day business builder. Yes, I will cover that in a few minutes. Oh, yes, that's why I'm doing this. That's my ulterior motive, which is never ulterior. I'm here to make money. And I'm here to help you design a location-independent business that sets you free. So yes, we will talk about that also as well. Okay. I just saw little kids. Hang on a moment. Let me wait for my wife to get her dog. 1 second. I just saw little kids walk back there, right over there, and that's what the dog is barking at. Yeah, it's great. Thanks, Bells. Thank you. Awesome. You like my plants? Thanks, Dane. Where was I? What was I talking about before the dog interrupted me? I forgot. I can still hear the dog bark upstairs. It's great. The dog is this big, but she barks like a dump truck. It's great. What do you think about living in Vegas short term until I'm ready to be an expat? Yes, live until you're ready to get out of the United States. Please move in a state with no income tax. So Vegas would qualify. Washington State, New Hampshire, or no, New Hampshire. One of the Dakotas, Wyoming, Florida, Nevada. Yes, 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 yes. Correct. I'll answer a few questions here. We'll get going. I got a new job. I work from 8 to 5 days a week. How can I have a location independent with such little time? I'm actually working because of my job. Your location, we'll cover this. Your location independent business only takes 10 to 15 hours a week. That's how I got started. 10 to 15 hours a week. If you can squeeze out 10 to 15 hours a week, a few hours on Monday night, take a break Tuesday, a few hours on Wednesday night, maybe an hour on Friday, and then all day Saturday, or a bulk of the day Saturday or Sunday, and you're there. That's it. Not a big deal. Looking lean, weight loss on track. Well, my weight loss is never on track, but yes, I am down about 11 pounds. I can't tell you what I'm doing. If you're in the SMIC program or the Warrior Mentorship, you know what I'm doing, but you're sworn to secrecy, so I'll tell you what I'm doing in a few months. I can't tell you now. I'll explain why in a few months, and then it'll make sense to you. Assuming it works. So far, it's working. But I've done other thing that works. I've lost 11 pounds before. So, but thank you. Yeah, how's the jawline looking? Fake hair is looking really good. Looking on point. I'm Charlie Sheen in this shit. You like my plants? Thank you. Looks like a cool home. Rent or buy? What about the price range? I only rent in Dubai because per Five Flags rules, I do not want to own any assets where I live. So I do not own any assets in Dubai besides what's in my bank accounts at the moment, which is actually at the moment pretty significant. I have to move some money around. I've been moving stuff around lately. So price range, extremely expensive. This is an extremely expensive house in a more expensive neighborhood. This house is about, the rent of this house runs about $9,000 a month US. Yeah. So kind of expensive. 85, the baseline for Western world. What would that number translate for, say, Paraguay? Depends on your lifestyle goals. It depends on what you want. Certainly less than 85,000, not not much less though. So you can hear voices. Sorry about that. This is what happens when you move. We're getting furniture delivered. Sorry about that. I had to multitask this thing. Did you ever buy that farm or business in Paraguay, Uruguay? The answer is yes, I did. Not farm or business, but land. I can't talk about it. You look slimmer than the SMIC videos. I don't think I look that slimmer. I think it's the lighting in here. Honestly, I mean, maybe I do. I don't know. I think it's the lighting. Yeah, I don't know. No income tax, New Hampshire. Here we go. He's listed. So Denny is listed amount. Thank you, Denny. Watch out. They apply sales tax and local taxes. Right. So Denny just listed in his comment all the states with no income tax or most of them. So there you go. What's the average income SMIC guys make per year? That's the last question. We'll get to our content. There is a big degree of variance. And the six-figure Warrior Mentorship guys tend to make more money. But there are guys in SMIC who make a lot. There are guys in SMIC who make very little. It's a wide range. I couldn't even begin to give you that. I wouldn't even know. We don't hold them for that information. I just know academically. All right. So save your questions for the next few minutes. Let me give you the content here, why I want to help you be free. I'm looking over my other screen. So I look this way. That means look at my notes. Welcome to the live streaming. Everything that I talk about in all of the different contents and brand names that I speak under, Black Dragon, Alpha Male 2.0, Sovereign CEO, all these things revolve around freedom. And the baseline of freedom is the ability to have location-independent income that is not attached to where you live. Okay? If you're forced to stay in a region of the world or the country or city or what have you, you are not free. You are living the lifestyle model, as my friend Doug Casey talks about, you're living the lifestyle model of a plant, not of a human being. That's not how you want to live. Number one. Number two, it should be income that you control. That's why a location-independent job is still not freedom. You don't control that income. You can be fired at any time. You can be laid off at any time. You have to decide exactly what you do when, or at least most of the time you don't. Whereas a location-independent business, you completely control it. I'm getting on my screen these like flashing lines. I don't know if you guys are seeing that. I don't know why I'm seeing this. I have no fucking idea. I'm using my good webcam. Am I? Let's see. Yeah, I am. Weird. Hopefully you're not seeing that. Hopefully I'm just seeing that. I hope you're not. Looks pretty irritating. Anyway, so that is the baseline for you to do other things in your life, like move out of your country or travel more often, or at least travel abroad several months a year, or do whatever it is you want to do in your life. Certainly my druthers, to use a term I think is hilarious, my druthers is that you move out of the collapsing Western world like I did, and you don't have to worry about these problems anymore. I was just looking over crime rates. I'm going to do a YouTube video about this. I was looking at crime rates for many African cities, okay, on crime indexes. And then I said, let me compare some crime rates to some cities in the United States and see how much better they are, because certainly American cities are much more safe than African cities, right? Africa is a shithole, right? I was shocked. They're about the same. So American cities are on par with African cities. I'm going to do a whole YouTube video about this, and I will show you the numbers. You're going to puke if you're an American. Canadian cities are a little safer, and a lot of European cities are just as bad or almost as bad. Berlin, London, Paris, they're not much better either. Holy shit. Just another notch in the belt of Western collapse. And you can't leave if you don't have location-independent income you control. So the baseline to all this is a location-independent business that you control. Ideally, you're making the sovereign CEO minimum of $85,000 a year. That is before you pay taxes, but after your business expenses. Okay, that's net before taxes. And so here, oh, you are seeing those fucking lines. I'm sorry. I don't know why. My new studio can't come fast enough. I've been like on the fly last 2 months. 3 months? It sucked. It's lame. I'm almost done. One more week. Sorry about this. Anyway, this is what you get for free. So there you go. So the baseline of all this is location-independent income through a business you control. Right now, I'm going to give you the 5 steps. Is there 5? Yes, there's 5. I know that because I checked my notes. There's 5 steps on how to design a location-independent business. And these are different than other steps you've heard. Some of them are the same, but some of them are very different because, again, I don't teach business. I don't teach get rich. Okay, I'm not Grant Cardone. I'm not Gary Vee. I'm not Dan Locke. I'm not any of these guys. I teach a very specific business model called Alpha 2.0, where you have a business that doesn't take a lot of time to maintain, that makes you $85,000 a year or more. You can certainly make a lot more if you want. That is completely location dependent, not just any business or any online business, because there's a difference between the Alpha 2.0 business model and any online business as well, okay? First thing, number 1 top of the list is niche. And I've screened this to the rooftops. I've said this 1,000 times. Your first step, I'll whip through the steps really quick and I'll go back and rewind them. Your first step is to define a narrow niche that you sell to. You sell to just that narrow niche and you don't sell to anyone else, okay? Number 2 is you find a product, find or create product, information, or service that helps that niche address a problem that they have, ideally a big problem. If they don't have a big problem, a big need. Usually it's a big problem. In rare cases, it's a need. You do that. That's the second step. Third step is you have to ensure that whatever you are selling is high margin. If it's 13% markup or 8% markup or 26% markup, you refuse to sell it. You only sell things that are extremely high margin. 300% markup, 500%, 5,000%. Yes, you can sell things like this, including hard products. I have my whole life. It's not that difficult. You have to be very careful about these things and be aware of what the margin markup is on the things that you sell. Do not sell any low margin products, services, or information. That basically means you're starting a business that's going to run your life. It's like the guy who runs a convenience store, a 7-Eleven or a CVS on the corner, or the guy that runs a Subway. He basically bought a job. Stupid. You don't want to do that. Step 4 is then you get, which is the easiest step, is you get the infrastructure built. You get the websites built. You get the payment system built. You set the social media if appropriate. You get all the basics. Whatever you're going to sell, your service, your consulting, your product, whatever that is, your shipping system, if you're selling hard product, whatever that is, you get the infrastructure set up so it's ready to go so you can turn on your business and start making money once you point customers at your business. That is the easiest step and the least important step. And unfortunately, it's the step that most people focus the most on. It's the step that makes the least amount of money and is least important. You got to do it, but it's kind of like an SW thing. You just got to get it done to get it done. Step 5 is to focus on marketing. Marketing is the most important function of your business. It is the only thing in your business that creates money. Peter Drucker said, and he was right, the only 2 things a business owner does that actually creates income is marketing and innovation. Innovation means making new products, services, or information for your customers or new customers to purchase. Everything else you do is an expense. Everything else you do is what I call SW, standard work. It's work you have to do, but it doesn't make you any money. And most business owners, and I can tell you this as a business consultant with over 25 years of experience, most business owners live in SW. They live in a zone that doesn't make any money. It maintains their income, but it doesn't make their income, doesn't increase their income. So not marketing and not innovation. Marketing. You have to get good at marketing, or at least competent at marketing and comfortable with it, or else you will never make any money. I can point at hundreds of men that I have known or talked to over the course of my working lifetime who were very intelligent, very skilled, selling something really amazing that went out of business because they refused to market. Because for whatever reason. Well, I went to college. So I don't like marketing. That's sleazy. I don't do that. I have a college degree. No. Or they were scared. Well, marketing costs a lot of money. I don't have any money. Bullshit. I started this company right here. It's a 6-figure income stream for me many years ago, 2009, for $29. Marketing does not cost any money. You can do free marketing if you want. Just that people are patient. So you've got to get confident with that. All right, let me rewind really quick. Niche. The more you niche, the more expensive your products and services can be. In other words, the more you can charge for your products and services, the more likely you are to get word of mouth, the more quickly you are to be perceived as an expert in your marketplace, the less competition you will have, and the easier it is to pinpoint your customers when you do targeted advertising. Niche is win, win, win. Everyone says, but what if my niche is too small to make any money? There is not a niche that I have heard of that is not large enough for you to make at least $85,000 a year. At least that. Many times guys have said, well, I'm looking at this niche, but wouldn't that be too small to start a business? And my answer is, and I'm being literal, I can make a 7-figure income marketing to just that niche. So no, you're wrong. How many fucking customers do you need in a world full of almost 8 billion people? You don't need very many, especially if you're following my advice of niching and selling something high margin. Cool? Cool. Okay. The next thing is what to sell. You can only sell one of 3 things: product, information, or service. That's it. So that narrows down the list. It's one of those 3 things. And all you have to do is configure one of those 3 things toward a problem that niche has. You have to identify a problem that niche has and come up with, or find from somewhere else and go co-opt it if you can legally, or create it yourself, a product, information, or service, doesn't matter what it is, that addresses that problem. Then it's easy to sell. If you come up with something on your own because I like this thing, so I'm going to go sell it. My favorite example, I give you so many examples. My favorite example is driving by when I used to live in the Portland area. There is a very foofy town I used to live in for several years called Lake Oswego. It's where all the foofy people live. And so I was driving downtown, and there was this goddamn store that sold fish art. Fish art. And I drove by the store. I saw it for the first time. It was new. I said, 6 months. That store will be out of business in 6 months. Some dipshit, some artiste said, I love drawing pictures of fish. Therefore, people will pay me money for this. If I buy a building or rent an office and get a bunch of inventory and no, that is someone who didn't find a problem that a niche was having. And so he tried to sell his bullshit fish art, which I'm sure was very lovely, and he went out of business within 4 months. God knows the amount of money he wasted on that business, renting an office in one of the more expensive towns or cities in the Northwest. Stupid. So you don't start a business until you've identified a problem, okay, that actually you can attach to a product, information, or service. Then your odds of making money go up very high. You don't have to educate the audience and tell them why you need it. You just say, you're having this problem, right? Oh, you have this problem. Here's what fixes it. Oh, shit, okay. Now it's an issue of price. Kind of nice, okay? Third thing, this is kind of obvious. I've talked about this before. If you've been on my mailing list, by the way, you have received my free business training videos that no one else has received. If you're on my mailing list, hopefully you are, okay? Caleb, will you replay those someday? I don't know, maybe. I don't know about that, maybe. Where I talk about this, margin. If you sell something for 15% markup, you're going to work a lot harder than if you sell something at a margin of like 5,000%, right? You sell something at 5,000% margin, then guess what? You don't need to sell as many of those things to get the income you want, which means the higher margin products and service information you sell, the less you have to work, and the sooner you'll hit your financial goals, because the less customers you need, and the more customers you have, the more infrastructure it creates, and the more cost, and the more overhead, customer service, database, all that good shit. If you have a small amount of customers, you do much better. When I was a consultant many years ago, and I didn't know these things, even though I was selling a higher margin service, I wasn't aware of how this all worked. I had 40, 50 customer accounts, and I was working 70 hours a week. I was blowing my brains out. I was having a nightmare of a time. Making money, okay, but it was awful. I reconverted my whole business to convert to something much higher margin. I got my 45 clients down to 5 clients. 5 clients. My income almost doubled, and my work hours reduced by 40%. Just by doing that, by working with less customers. Less customers. Yes, you want lots of customers, but you want the ROI on each individual customer to be very high. Cool? Cool. Okay. Get the infrastructure built. That's very obvious. Setting up the website, setting up how do you receive payments, PayPal, whatever the hell, Stripe. There's all kinds of options. That's very simple, self-explanatory. Don't need me to explain that. And then marketing. via the marketing ladder. Marketing ladder is a technique that I teach. What you should do eventually in your business long-term, you should have 5 different ways of marketing a product or service. If you market one way, you're fucked. Ask all the guys on YouTube who only got income via YouTube income, and then YouTube changed their algorithm and their income went down by 95% by a press of a button, which is what happened in 2017. Also happened to Facebook. You want multiple ways of getting customers or clients, not just one. If you just have one, you are at the mercy of that one thing. So what you want to do is the marketing ladder system is where you pick one way of marketing. It can be free or paid. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter because you can do, they both work. Let me address that really fast. If you do something free, it just takes longer. So you have to be more patient. So you just say, look, I have no money. I'm going to start a business. That's fine. I'm going to just blog. That's fine. I did a blog and I made a lot of money, but I'd be very patient. It took me about a year and a half before I started making regular income I could rely upon. I had made money before that, but it wasn't regular income. Had I spent money on ads, I would have gotten the income much faster. So if you have no money, that's okay. If you do have some money to spend on advertising, that's okay as well. So you spend money, the money comes faster. That's the only difference. Cool? Okay. You pick one marketing technique that you like. You focus on that, and you get to the point where you can regularly make money doing that. Then you put that on autopilot, spin that plate, outsource it. Then you set the next marketing technique and then work on that. Get good at that. Then the next one, then the next one, then the next one. If you go to my blog, which blog? I have 2 blogs. Sovereign CEO blog at calebjones.com/blog. I have several articles on Marketing Ladder where I give specific examples of how I did this in multiple companies. It works very well. Okay. Marketing should be the focus of your business. If you're not willing to market, just be a wage slave and have a job for the rest of your life. I didn't say sales necessarily. Oh, some of you have to do sales, depends what you're doing. But marketing, if you're not willing to put in the time and effort, and in some cases money to market, or you're too scared to market, or you think it costs a lot of money, which is incorrect, or you think you're above marketing because you went to Harvard, then please just have a job for the rest of your life, be location dependent for the rest of your life, and go down with the ship with the rest of the Western world. That's fine. So those are the 5 steps. Now, the reason I'm doing this is the 90-day business builder. You have 4 more days to sign up for this. Let me explain this very quickly because you've already asked about this, and this is why I'm doing this. This is something I've never done before. This is a system where as soon as you sign up, you get 3 courses, 2 or 3. You get the Alpha 2.0 business course, you get the How to Get Clients course, and you also get the book, Big Income from Little Work. You get those immediately as soon as you sign up. Then in late June or early July, so last week of June or first week of July, I haven't decided yet, depends on how many guys sign up for this, and I won't know until next Wednesday, we will start the 12-week curriculum. And the way this works is every week we will have a Zoom session with a small group, and I will keep it small. If we have a horde of guys sign up at the last minute, which sometimes we do, I will break it out into 2 groups and cut them in half, keep the numbers small. I would say under 15. And that way, once a week we have these Zoom sessions. I will go through, it'll be me conducting most of the sessions. Some of my coaches will be conducting other ones, although I may still be a part of those. We're going to cover the next set of steps for you to follow for the next week to get your Alpha 2.0 business started and going over a period of 12 weeks. During also that time, you'll get an accountability coach. His name is Jeff, and he will be working with you one-on-one to help you if you have problems, questions with the steps. If you fall behind, any of those things, he'll be working with you as well. So you'll work with me during the Zoom sessions with a full Q&A at the end to make sure you understand what to do. Then you'll go do it. If you have trouble doing it, Jeff will help you, and then we'll meet for the next session. We'll do that for 12 weeks. The first 3 to 4 weeks we do this, we will do nothing but focusing on a niche to help you figure out a niche that is profitable for you, that is compatible with your personality, and make sure it's an actual real niche, because that is the hardest part. I've talked to a lot of guys about this. That is by far the part you guys have the most trouble with. So we're spending literally a month going through and figuring out the niche and what to sell. The first four sessions, 4 weeks, are devoted to nothing but that. Then after 4 weeks, we make you click into one of 5 different tracks. So you can't just sell anything, because there's no way I could give you a 12-week program on how to start any type of business. There's hundreds of different types of businesses you could start. So it's one of these 5 things. See if I remember them. It is, you're going to sell an online course. You're going to sell some kind of membership program. You're going to sell coaching. You're going to sell consulting, or you're going to sell some kind of service, either a business service or a personal service. Either one doesn't matter. One of those 5. If you wanted to sell something like hard products, then this program may or may not be for you. You can still join and you'll get value from it, but it's not directly focused at you. Focus on one of these 5 things. If you have no idea what to sell, great. We will plug you into one of these 5 things. That's fine. Because the reason I chose these 5 things is I know for a fact I could get you profitable within 12 weeks using one of these 5 things. I couldn't promise you that if I worked with you for 12 weeks and you were selling a hard product, that you would be profitable in 12 weeks? You probably would, because I'm not bad at this. I'm pretty good at this stuff, but I couldn't guarantee it. But I can guarantee you will make money if you do one of these 5 things in 12 weeks. That's also, you'll notice that ebook is missing from that. Can't do ebooks because you can't write an ebook and sell it within 12 weeks. You can, but boy, you're gonna be blowing your brains out. So we had to deduct that one, unfortunately. So that's how it works. So then the next month is infrastructure, and the final month is marketing. We set up your marketing plan. We actually show you how to do it. We show you how to market based on your niche. And at the end of 12 weeks, you will be making real money. And if you don't make the money, then we will actually, our guarantee is we will actually work with you forever until you do. Now, there's certain parameters you have to do. When you go to the website to sign up, it shows the specific parameters before you purchase it to make sure you understand. You have to do this, this, this. As long as you're doing this, 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 we will work with you forever until you're making money. You'll be making money. Don't worry. If you do what we tell you to do, you will be making money. It's okay. That's why I'm so excited about this. It's great. Website for this is, hang on, 90daybizbuilder.com. I'll type in the comments. Hang on. 90daybizbuilder.com with a Z, builder.com. Why is it taking? There it is. That's the website. Enrollment for this ends Wednesday night. So that's June 15th Eastern time. So you have like literally what, 4 or 5 days to sign up for this. I've already talked to a lot of guys on phone calls. The way it works is you go to the website. If you think it makes sense for you, you click a link, you schedule a phone call either with me or one of my coaches, and we talk to you. We make sure that this is right for you. It may not be right for you. Maybe you want to sell, widgets or so hard widgets. Maybe it's not right for you. But if it's right for you, then we give you the payment options and you sign up and then you're in. And if you have any interest whatsoever, you got to do this before Wednesday night. It is completely 100% tax deductible because this is a 100% business course. Even if you don't have a business yet, it is still tax deductible. Keep the receipt for when you do taxes next year. You can deduct it off your taxes. Okay. What else I want to say about that? Let's see here. Make sure I covered all my stuff. Yeah, that's it. Pretty cool. A few questions I've gotten about this. Caleb, are you going to do this again? Yes, I will probably do this again, but it will be more expensive every time we do it. Okay. By the way, this costs several $1,000s. If you don't have several $1,000s or have it available on a credit card, don't bother scheduling a phone call. It's interesting. When we get phone calls from guys who say, okay, by the way, just so you know, I'm totally broke. So tell me about this thing that costs several $1,000s. This costs several $1,000s. It depends on how many payments you make. Yes, you can make payments. There's payment options for all that stuff. If you have any interest, 90daybizbuilder.com. Again, you've got 5 days and enrollment closes at Wednesday night Eastern time. And the reason I say that, I'm going to say that several times throughout this live stream, is because every time we launch something big, not every time we launch something, every time we launch something big like this, we get emails the next day or 2 days later or 3 days later saying, I didn't know, but I didn't know. We've been saying emails about this. I've been all over social media about this. Been talking about this on Facebook, telling you now, your deadline is Wednesday night. Because one of the reasons I'm cutting it off is I don't want too many guys in these Zoom sessions. Yes, I want to make a lot of money. But again, what did I say earlier about minimum number of customers? See, I follow my own advice. See? And again, if I have to split this out into 2 separate Zoom sessions, so I'll be doing, 12 times 2, 24 of these. I'd rather not do that. Now I'll do it. I'll be getting paid. It's okay. But I'd rather not. So that's why I got to cut it off at Wednesday night. Cool? Cool. Okay. If you have any questions on the business builder, please ask me now. If you have any questions on setting up a location-dependent business, please ask me now. I have the next 20 minutes, 25 minutes to answer your questions. And please keep it to the topic of design. I just did this like Donald Trump. Okay. I don't know why I did this. What am I, Donald Trump today? Please keep it to the topic of a location-independent business or the 90-day business builder. Let's talk about other topics some other time. Cool? Okay. For the rest of the time, I'm yours for Q&A, whatever you guys want. Let me rewind and go back up here. Hang on a sec. So you can type these questions as I'm scrolling up. Hang on a sec. Beep, 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 beep. My computer is freaking the fuck out. How can you pay $9,000 to have a shitty camera? Because I hate spending money. I don't have a shitty camera. It's a shitty lighting. Maybe it's just shitty electrical. I'm all plugged into one power strip because I'm out here in the goddamn dining room because my room isn't set up yet. It's a long story. Be glad I'm doing this. Caleb Jones, what about buying an already profitable business for a boomer who wants to retire? Yes, go ahead and do that. That's a great idea if you have the money. Then sticking a business manager into keeping a business profitable, that is perfectly fine. I will be doing that myself this year. That's fine. If that kind of money, sure. Or that kind of bank financing, sure. For this 12-week program, how many hours a week are you expected to work to reach the goal of making income in the 9 days? Great question. To make this program work, you need at least 10 hours a week. 15 is better. More than 15 is better. So 10 to 15, really 15 would be ideal. 15 hours a week. So plan on doing, if you don't have 10 hours a week, don't sign up. It's not going to be worth your time. It just won't. You need to have at least 10 hours a week. 15 is at least 10. 10 is pushing it. 15 is the workable minimum. Thank you for asking that. I should have brought that up. Is affiliate marketing one of the 5 tracks? We are treating affiliate marketing as a service. So yes. That's kind of a gray area, but I'm allowing it. I'm treating it as one of the services. And or information marketing. So I'm treating it as one of those two. And you could pick which track you fall into. Hang on. Someone is asking a question for someone else. When did you say the program will start? Last week of June or first week of July. So you sign up now. You get all the video information, all the video courses now to review. And that way you've got 2, 3, 4 weeks to get ready. Because some guys I talked to who signed up said, hey, man, I need to get ready for this. So could we wait? Plus, I need a little time because I'm a little behind schedule because I just moved. So it'll be late June, last week of June, first week of July. And then Jeff, who, by the way, is the CEO of my company. So your accountability coach is the COO of my business. Okay. Plus Billy, the Ginger Ninja, those you know who she is, she will be involved in a lot of the sessions as well. We've got some heavy hitters for this. He reminded me the first week of July is 4th of July. You're not going to start on the 4th of July, are you? Shit. So maybe if it's the first week of July, it'll be after the 4th of July holiday for you Americans. Also, if you could avoid scheduling a session around the July, there you go. The July 1-5 weekend, that would be great. Yes, I will not do it over the July 4th weekend. We have something planned for the July 4th weekend. I'm not going to tell you what it is. It's kind of funny. Because notice I don't live in the United States anymore, so I don't give a fuck about America. That's something to do with that. Is this suitable for an engineer? Yes. What your background is irrelevant because you have skills that you can apply to any niche that makes sense to you. So it's suitable for anybody. As long as you're willing to put in the work. You got 10 to 15 hours a week to put in the work, okay? And obviously you can afford the program, get a few $1,000. So yes, it is suitable for you, absolutely. We're going to pull your skill sets out and apply them to solve a problem for a niche as an engineer or as something else. How much is too much when working out what to charge clients? If I set my price higher than others in my field, am I seeing it as an expert or will I price myself out of the market? My opinion is that the price is based on the value they're receiving. So I do this thing called value-based pricing. This is something that was pioneered by Alan Weiss. And this is where instead of saying, this is what I charge client, you walk in the client first, you say, what is your problem? And how much is that problem costing you? And the client says, I don't know. Well, what would you guess? You have this problem. Oh yeah, it's a problem. How much does it cost you per year? Oh shit, it's cost me $500,000 a year. Easy, $500,000. Great. My fee, you don't say it immediately. You come back and give the proposal. My fee, and you have 3 levels. My first fee is $45,000. And you give me $45,000. You make $500,000. I'll solve your problem, and you give me $45,000. Is that a fair deal? Or $100,000 for level 2 or level 3? I always have 3 prices. And if they say, well, what if you don't? What if you don't send me $5,000? All right, let's say we're way off. We're 50% off. I only save you $250,000, and you give me $82,000. Is that okay? I think that's okay. That's your charge. Okay. You don't just say, here's my price. And you never charge by the hour or per diem ever. And I could go to a big rant about that. Get my consulting course where we talk about that. And we do address that in this course if you choose to be a consultant. Caleb, I have 3 SaaS offerings. Cool. SaaS is great. SaaS is great once it's done. Development is a nightmare. But once it's developed, SaaS is great. Would that be able to be plugged into one of the streams? Yes, it would. assuming it's done. So you'll notice that, well, let me think a minute. You talk about one of the 5 tracks, right? SaaS, software as a service. If your SaaS item is already developed, then yes. If you haven't developed it yet, no. And I purposely excluded that from one of the 5 because when you develop an app, it takes fucking forever. And I've worked with a lot of guys who spend a lot of time developing apps, sometimes, 6 figures of their own money, and it takes a year and a half, and then now they got to go sell it. I like businesses that you can start immediately and make money immediately. There's no way I can get you profitable selling an app if you haven't started developing an app. There's no way I can get you profitable within 12 weeks. I can't do it. But if your SaaS app is done, tested, and ready, it's not beta, it's ready, then yes. Otherwise, no. Good question. Would JV strategies, techniques, and methods be one of the streams? That's not a business. That is a marketing technique. If you were a JV consultant, yes. JV is not a business. That is a marketing technique. Other than laptop, cell phone, what gear is a must as far as equipment? That's it. That's all I have. My entire business empire is this laptop right in front of me and these 2 phones. That's it. That's all I got. That's it. That's it. I mean, I have a printer, but I never use it. I have to use it for the IRS. So that's all you need. That's what I teach. Low inventory, low overhead, Alpha 2.0 business. I don't want you to have an office and overhead and office equipment and copiers. It's fucking stupid. That was cool in like 1987. Today, that's just stupid, especially in a collapsing world. You don't want those kind of overhead. I love if I can selling non-hard products, but don't we need some audience to sell books, services, and consulting to first? Yes, that's called marketing. Do we really can start marketing in money in 12 weeks? Your English must be a second language, which is fine. Yes. And I guarantee it. Now, you're not going to be making $1 billion in 12 weeks. I think the guarantee is you'll be making at least $1,000 in profit. Yes. Hell to the yes. And if you're doing consulting, you'll be making a lot more than that because you only have one client to make thousands of dollars. So yes. You do not need, I've gotten this question before. People are under the impression that you need an audience of millions of people to sell anything. No, I started from zero. The first month I started this business in 2009 as Black Dragon selling dating advice, I made $1,500 in about 35 days. $1,500. Now that wasn't typical, it was a typical month. But I sold a bunch of ebooks and I sold 2 coaching packages. $1,500 in profit in my pocket in 30 days with no audience. Now that's not necessarily true. Let me back that up. I had some people who knew me on a forum. That's true, okay? In my consulting business, my very first consulting business, I started out of the gate. I was making money within 2 weeks. I had no audience. So you don't need an audience to get started. That means I'm giving you 12 weeks. I'm not saying you gotta make money tomorrow or next week, 12 weeks. Yes, I can get you profitable in 12 weeks under one of those 5 tracks. Yes, I can. I guarantee it because I know I can do it. Unless you don't do what you're told. If you don't do what you're told, that's your fucking problem. And then you violate the guarantee because you didn't do what you're told. But if you do what you're told, yeah. What would you recommend for me? Cosmetic surgery, copywriting, and voiceovers for a niche. Both those are valid. Both those are valid as long as you pick a niche. Cosmetic surgery, copywriting, it's fine. That'll work. That's a good idea. Voiceovers for a niche, depends on the niche. Yeah, it's a good idea. What else? I got another 10-ish minutes or so. 90daybizbuilder.com. Go there right now if you have any interest on this. The clock is ticking, and I'm not kidding. I'm cutting this shit off Wednesday night. Cut it off. Take a big axe and going, And then we'll start in late June, early July. I'm super pumped to get started. My staff is very excited about this. My advisors are very excited about this. A lot of you are very excited about this because all 3 groups of those people have been telling me to do this for at least a year and a half, probably 2 years. Like, Caleb, you got to show them you got to walk them and take them by the hand and make them do it and show them. Instead of just having courses that just have videos, you have to okay, motherfucker, I'll do it. Done. Are there any books out there for helping you find a niche? Not that I'm aware of, which is stupid. I should write one, shouldn't I? Matter of fact, I'm tempted to. I don't like to write books anymore because courses are more profitable, but I'm tempted to write a book or something about how to do a niche. Don't I have a mini course on how to choose a niche? Yes, I do. I'm pretty sure I do. I'm not sure if it's up at the main story yet, though. I got to check with my staff on that. You would told me to call surgeons directly to market. Cool. What else can I do for marketing? That is a very general question. So you can call them. You can DM them on LinkedIn. You can do cold email, which I don't recommend. Those are the easiest ones to start. Now, if you have money, you can target them on LinkedIn using LinkedIn ads, LinkedIn Sales Navigator. You have a lot of options. There are about 27 different ways to market something. Offline and online, free or paid. And they all work. Depends on what you want to do. I'm in Florida and there are a bunch of old people here. Yes, I'm well aware. What is a good niche to get into serving old people except for medical? Well, there's a few things. Well, they're all kind of tied to medical though. I mean, they really are. So one of them is that old people have less taste buds on their tongue. So certain types of foods for old people that have sharper flavors. I've read about that. Hearing aids and shit like that, but that's medical. What's the orthopedic stuff? How to, do stretching and crap like that. But again, that's all kind of medical. It ties into medical. So it's hard for me to think of something that appeals to old people that is not medical. One thing my dad did was he did an eldership community for men, old men who wanted to mentor younger men. He did that, and he really enjoyed that. Did that for years. He's still doing it. So that'd be an example, I guess. That'd be a hard question. Do something medical. Why do you not want to do medical? Medical is the best industry over the next 25 years. Better than tech, better than crypto, better than anything. Medical. So provide services for medical providers. Yes, you could. I've done that. I've been a consultant for many medical companies, clinics, medical franchises. Very profitable. Yes. You're not a doctor. I'm not a doctor. I've consulted with doctors for decades. I'm not a doctor. I don't know shit. Doesn't matter. You know how to do something, do that something for doctors. It's real simple. In your mind, what comprises the category of consultant? Someone who comes in and advises a company on how to improve their condition. Advises a company, not a person. If you advise a person on how to improve his condition, you are a coach. If you advise a company on how to improve their condition, it is a consultant. How do you, and as your consultant and a coach, certainly as a consultant though, but as a coach too, how do you improve their condition? How do I improve my client's condition? That's the question you have to ask. If you don't know the answer, come up with an answer or do something else. Okay. When I consult with businesses, I have a very specific battle plan on how to improve their condition, or else I don't take them on as a client. And I've done that. We've had calls, we've had sales calls with guys who are interested in this 90-day business builder, and I have told some of them, you don't want to do this. You shouldn't buy this. This still won't work for you. Only work with customers you can help. Don't be a dickhead and say, oh, sure, I can take your money and you won't get any results. That's not a good idea. Not only ethically, just in business, it's not a good idea. You don't want to do that. Let's see here. Where are we? When picking a niche, did you say it should be compatible with your own interest skills? It is helpful if it is. Ideally, it doesn't have to be. Why do you recommend instead picking a niche that maximizes profit? Because most human beings have these stupid things called emotions, and the emotions will get in the way. If I was talking to robots, I could say, forget about what you like, just do this. Everyone be a medical consultant. Everyone on this call right now. Do that right now. I don't care what you like. You go, right? That's why. So ideally, you want your emotions aligned with something you're doing long term. As I've said before, you don't have to love what you do, but you can't hate what you do. I don't hate what I do. I love what I do. But I don't love all of what I do. Some of what I do sucks, but only a percentage of it. Okay? So that's why. Besides dating, what did you sell to young people before? That's all I sold. To young people, that's all I sold. Before Alpha Male 2.0, before 2014. So from 2009 to 2014, I sold exclusively dating advice. And then 2014, I added the Alpha Male 2.0 brand with The Unchained Man, the book you all need to read. And then that added another branch to it, which was business and lifestyle. A longer answer needed here, please. Well, no promises. You're getting this for free, bro. My 3 business-to-business B2B SaaS offerings are all done. Good. They all solve or protect from future business problems. Question, how can I turn them into a consulting offering? Oh, what you do is you present yourself as a consultant. You're actually going to do consulting, and a component of your consulting is your SaaS. But that's not all you're selling. You're selling yourself as a consultant, and your SaaS becomes a component of your consulting offering. So you're not going to sell SaaS. You don't come and say, I have an app to sell you. No, I'm a consultant. I'm here to solve this problem. And in solve this problem, I'm going to do this, and this. And by the way, this item number 4, item number 7 is you're going to use my SaaS system. Don't call it SaaS, call it something else. You need to have a cool name for it. Maybe you do. Where this will help solve your employee's problem of doing this. That's how you present yourself. Is it mandatory fluent English to enroll in your course? You do not have to be fluent, but you have to understand. I've spoken with guys from Africa, Asia, Central America, who had passable English, and that was okay. You need to be able to understand what I'm saying. The words coming out of my mouth. If you understand the words coming out of my mouth, and you can phrase a question, I understood your question, then it's okay. You'll be fluent. What's funny is I used to speak German when I was a kid, more or less, not fluent, but I could conversational. And I was a kid a very long time ago. I'm an old man. And so here in Dubai, we have some Germans, and this person started talking to me in German. Sprechen Sie Deutsch? I'm like, ja, gleich um die Ecke, ich wohne da drüben. And they start speaking German. I'm like, langsam bitte. Yeah, it's great. I got, let's go for another 4 minutes. 4 minutes. 90daybizbuilder.com. Go there to schedule your phone call. Maybe with me. Maybe you'll get me. Who knows? You got what, 4 days. And I'm not taking phone calls tomorrow, Sunday, because that's my day off. So, I mean, Saturday's almost done for me anyway. I'm going to bed soon. I mean, shit. I live in Dubai, so it's almost 8 p.m. here. See the nighttime? It got nighttime. Oh, you can see my house. I better zoom this up. Make sure you can't see any like porn. No, just kidding. Oh, see, there's the dog bed. There's one of our dog beds. That's the kitchen, all that shit on it. That's one of our new couches. You can see my screen here. Oh, this is hilarious. Look at this. You see my screen right there. It's great. Cool. All right. Couldn't resist. Sorry about that. How do you reach out to potential customers who don't belong to your network? I don't understand what you mean by that question. Do you contact managers from that company? You identify, if you're doing B2B, you identify the job title of the person who would hire you. So when I was selling technical consulting, IT consulting, I would always deal with the CFO because for some reason, corporate America decided that the CFO manages the technical aspect of the business. I don't know why. So I would get a list of CFOs and I would go kiss their asses. Not kiss their asses. I would call them and sell them. When I do management consulting, I'm dealing with the CEO or COO. In a large company, I'm dealing with like VP of operations. So it depends on, so I know who I am. Oh, also, when I was a small consultant, I would sell the office manager. I wouldn't sell the business owner. He didn't give a shit about computers. The office manager, that's all she thinks about all day. So I would sell to her. Usually she's a woman, so I configure my sales to once. That's what you gotta do. You rock, Caleb. Well, thank you. I wanna rock and roll all night and party every day. Kiss is one of those bands where they're great live, but their music sucks. So you just listen to their album. You do a whole thing on that. Any more questions? I have about a minute or two. 90daybusinessbuilder.com. You have until Wednesday night, including if you're watching the recording of this video. So June 15th. God, it's already June. It's already June of 2022, guys. It's already June. Half over. You got to get your ass moving. God damn, it's 2022. Shit. I got so much shit to do. It's not even funny. All right. Should we wrap it up? Let's do one more question, if there is any. I'll give you guys a few seconds because sometimes there's a buffer between when you type the comments and when I see them. These lines are driving me crazy, and I'm not even watching myself, so I apologize. How long should it take for someone to pick a niche? About a week or two of brainstorming. We're going to take 3 to 4 weeks, and we're going to make you pick one. We're going to make sure it's good, make sure it's valid, and then we're going to make you pick one if you join this program. So you will have a niche by what? If we start early July, you'll have it by the end of July. You'll have a niche and an offering. Boom, by the end of July. And then 2 months after that, you'll be making money selling that thing. Pretty cool. Unchained Man is the best book ever. Andre, love you. Thank you very much. What a great way to end this live stream. So, YouTube videos will resume next week, as will my podcast. I'm sorry, there's been some great dead time because I've been moving and shit. So that started. We're starting all that shit back up. Sorry about that. I apologize. 90daybizbuilder.com. You have literally 4 days, I think 3 days to schedule a call. So schedule your phone calls. Get in there. Don't be surprised if after the 50 you can't do this anymore. Yes, I will probably do it again, but it'll be more expensive. So this is the cheapest you will ever be able to do this, and that's literal. Every time I do this, I'm going to raise the price, which is kind of how I do this. Okay, that's what I do. If I launch something a second time, it's more expensive. This is the cheapest you'll ever get it. Cool? Cool. All right, guys. Thank you very much. Even if you don't do the 90-day business builder, get your location-independent business started. It will set you free. It's the only thing that will set you free financially and logistically. Okay? There's not much else you can do without location-independent income, unless you want to stay in your collapsing Western country, which I wouldn't. That's up to you. Thank you, guys. Have fun. See you soon. Bye.